Good morning. In the last class, we read the poem Behind the Scenes. I hope you were able to complete the reading comprehension questions. In this class, we will be learning about analyzing a poem using a technique called rhyme scheme. And we will also be learning about how to write a speech. Before getting on with the class, a fun fact. Do you know which is the longest poem? Any guesses? Epic of King Gezar, an epic poem of Tibet. It contains over 20 million words in more than 1 million verses. The second largest poem is the Mahabharata, written by Vyasa, and has about 1.8 million words in total. Now, let us learn about how to appreciate the poem by using rhyme scheme. We know that a poem is a piece of writing in which the words are chosen for their sound and the images they suggest, not just for their obvious meanings. In poems, words are arranged in separate lines, usually with a repeated rhythm, and often the lines rhyme at the end. These words are called rhyming words. Rhyme scheme is the order in which the rhyming words are placed at the end of the lines in a poem. Let me explain this with an example. I am a spider, watch me spin. If you will be my dinner, I will let you come in. Here, the word spider and dinner rhymes at the end. Spin and in rhymes at the end. So we will mark the first rhyming words that ends with er sound as a, and the second rhyming word that ends with in as b. So the rhyme scheme for this poem will be AB AB. So this is an alternate rhyme. Let us see another example. The cock is crowing, the stream is flowing, the small birds twitter, the lakes do glitter. Here, the words crowing and flowing rhymes at the end, and the words twitter and glitter rhymes at the end. We will mark the first rhyming word that ends with ing sound as a, and the second rhyming words that ends with t as b. So the rhyme scheme of this poem will be AABB. This is a coupled rhyme. Let us read the poem Behind the Scenes once again and write the rhyme scheme. The actor struts his little hour between the limelight and the band. The public feel the actor's power, yet nothing do they understand. Of all the touches here and there that makes or mar the actor's part, they never see beneath the glare the artist striving after art. To them it seems a labor slight where naught of study intervenes. You see it in another light when once you have been behind the scenes. Hour and power, they rhyme the same. Let's mark it A. Band and a stand, they rhyme together. Let's mark it B. There and glare, they rhyme together. Let's mark it C. Part and art, they rhyme together. Let's mark it D. Slight and light, they rhyme together, but they rhyme same as part and art. So let's mark it D. Intervenes, scenes, so they rhyme together. Let's mark it E. So this stanza has a rhyming scheme as AB, AB, CD, CD, DE, DE. Now to the next one. For though the actor at his best is like a poet born not made, he still must study with a zest and practice hard to learn his trade. So whether on the actor's form the stately robes of Hamlet sit, or as Macbeth he raven storm, or plays burlesque to please the pit. Here, the best and zest they rhyme together, and it rhymes like slight. So let's mark it D. Made, trade. It rhymes like band. So let's mark it B. Form and storm. They rhyme together. So let's mark it F. Sit, pit. They rhyme like art. So let's mark it D. So this stanza has a rhyming scheme as DB, DB, FD, FD. Now the last four lines. "'Tis each and all a work of art, that constant care and practice means the actor who creates a part has done his work behind the scenes." Art and part, they rhyme like light. So let's mark it D. Means and scenes, they rhyme like intervenes. So let's mark it E. So this stanza has a rhyming scheme as DE, DE. So the rhyme scheme for this poem is this one. You can read it. Simple. So we just learned a tool to appreciate your poem. And we did it in GIF. You can go back to the poem you have learned this year and mark the rhyme schemes for them. You can choose one or many poems to do it. Do at least one and submit along with your assignments. Now, moving on to the next section, speech writing. Do I need to write my speech? Can I just go and talk in front of a mic? Yeah, you can, but technically you can't because you have rules for writing your speech. So, there's a format given in your book. The speech starts with a salutation or greetings. And the second one, you have to introduce the topic sentence. Third, you have to offer solutions, if any. Fourth, end with a conclusion. Fifth, presentation of data along with relevant examples. So you need to write a speech in about 300 words on the effect of watching television. You can take either side. You can talk for or against it. And you may work along these lines. Begin with a creative and catchy introduction, which can be in the form of a famous quote, a question, or an anecdote. The topic should be clearly stated. Your speech can be in 2 or 3 paragraphs, where each paragraph presents one idea only. Give some suggestions on improvement. Sum up all the ideas in a few sentences before concluding. So, there is a sample speech written in your textbook. You can go through it. Now, the last section, my word bank. Find one idiom in the poem and add one idiom of your own. So, one of the idiom is the title of the poem, behind the scenes. It's an idiom. So, write another idiom and submit it along with your assignments. We have come to the end of the class. Please write down the answers in your notebook and submit them along with your assignments. It was good to share the class with you all. Let us meet in the next class and explore more. Till then, adios.